Hi there, I'm Brit and I'm broadcasting out of the UK. Welcome to my channel, and first time you're passing by, I tend to talk about a lot of different things. Recently I've been talking about relationships, and it's an inspirational thing, so I go with the vibe. Anything that I think might be interesting for someone, I talk about it. Now recently I've been wondering why men repeat themselves, and it's not it's not just in one situation. It's like, I've been talking to women as well, and they say that their fellas keep going on about the same thing. Now I remember I used to date this guy, and every moment he was talking about the 70s. I used to think to myself, why does he keep going on about the 70s? What happened to the 80s and the 90s, and what happened before then and after that? And I've noticed that since then, men repeat their stories. It's almost like they relive them. And I think it's their moment of triumph. I think it's a moment in time when they were at their best. If they're talking about jobs, it's about a time when they were valued, when they were appreciated, when they were on top of their game. If they're talking about women, it was a time when they were able to pull beautiful women. If it's about an event or a dance, it was a time when they looked the bee's knees and the women were after them. And it was a time when they were motivated, self-sufficient, and they were, like I said, at the top of their game. And because that moment no longer exists, they're living vicariously through their past. They are reliving that moment. And when they tell it to us as women, we're like, oh God, you've told me that 5 or 10 times before. You ain't got Alzheimer's. Why do you keep repeating the same story? And as women, we don't understand how important it is for them to feel those moments, or to relive those moments when they felt credible, when they felt important, when they felt valued. And so, yes, I thought I'm not going to make this a long video. I'm just going to kind of cover a few points. I've put here significant events they attended, women all over them, jobs that they no longer are in, but they were praised and valued when they were. Even people that they knew, some people, they know famous people or something, and they live vicariously through them. The memories of the times that they had together, people who've travelled all of these different places, they repeat it and repeat it, and it's almost like they don't have any new stories. You kind of wonder, why aren't they talking about what happened yesterday or the day before? It's like yesterday and the day before doesn't matter, because they don't feel great about themselves. So in order to give themselves that uplift and that boost and that moment when they felt like somebody, that is why they repeat the stories. Men, look, I'm a woman. I'm only presupposing. I'm hypothesizing. In other words, I'm trying to look into it. People who think I overthink, yes, I do. So you can let me know if I'm on the ball or if I've got it wrong. Maybe you're not one of those who repeat your stories, but I'm sure if you check yourself, you'll find that you do. I think most men do. I don't think I've met a man who hasn't done that. Anyway, and yeah, and also some of them had houses and then they lost their house, and then you'll find that they'll talk about that a lot. And you see, with the house comes stability, and the fact that they were able to get a house at one point is almost like they're saying to you, look, I have been there, I have been stable, I have had a good job, I have been a good person, I have rescued people, I have been valued and appreciated. I might not be as I was then, but this is who I am. I am somebody who has done things. So those are the moments that they relive, the moments of triumph, the moments of recognition, the best days of their lives. when they felt important, when they felt validated, when they had achieved something. Women, when they hear the same story over and over, it's like they switch off. Ladies, you might hear something different. It might sound like the same story, but they might add something and you might miss it. So try and listen, try and bear with them. And I'm not saying that in a patronising tone, I'm saying that sincerely, that men are made to feel less than these days, even more so. And when they aren't able or they're not in a position to provide or do the things that they used to do, they feel worthless. All they have is those memories and those moments of triumph. And that's what gets them through. So it's a time when you can just listen and you can either say, oh, that's brilliant, darling, you know. Maybe once you've validated them and listened and acknowledged, the story might just be swept under the carpet. But I think it's because we don't really take it on as women. We don't kind of say, really? Oh, my goodness. We're just like, oh, no, not again. You know, but I think it is important that a man feels listened to and he feels heard. And I think once he feels listened to and he feels heard and he feels acknowledged, maybe the repetition will stop. I'm going to try it. What about you? And that's all for now. Bye-bye.